Let's actually play that in lane and have an off-lane Dawnbreaker, but I feel like carry Dawnbreaker actually matches up really well against Slark.
In theory, it makes sense to me. If you get to the later levels where your Starbreaker just starts to chunk him, I mean, you don't care if he's ulted, you don't care if he's hitting you, you just fucking hammer him back, and see you later, kid, you know? So I always have faith in Dawnbreaker to win late games if she gets to the 5-6 slot territory. She's just a monster. I don't think there's a lot of carry matchups this hero innately cares about too much. That said, though, that's kind of the game plan for OG. The prod and poke, right? That's where Slark thrives. You go on a hero, he jumps in, gets some stacks, resets. If he gets some random ags off the Roche, it changes the hero a lot. So this hero has some tricks up his sleeve. It's a very interesting game.
3 very slippery heroes in that regard, right? They've got Quap, Slark, and Dark Willow, and then even Mars. He may not be the fastest hero, but he does go Blink Dagger, and also his Rena can sometimes function as a nice disengage, particularly against, Stampede. It's just everybody's talking about it. Word's out on the street, man. This new cart ability. Everybody's playing around with it. Do you feel like it's actually good that we're actually going to be seeing it here? I mean, it looks amazing with like certain hero combos. I'm not sure if I see that combo here, though.
I think, in some lower MMR brackets, it's probably pretty good and competitive. I'm not convinced yet. I want to see it in action. It depends who you're carding.
What if he could grab the Phoenix and the Phoenix eggs and you can still carry the egg around?
Does that still break the game? I was
no
told
idea.
that if you do that, the game will literally break. So I guess if things are going rough, load up the egg, crash the game. Oh, it's unfortunate.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to remake.
You never know. It sounds like
Puppy
a decent
playing
combo.
dirty.
It wouldn't be the first time. Some puppy pauses, some puppy eggs.
Oh, Puppy wasn't happy about that call out last time. I'm not sure if you'll appreciate it this time.
Yuragi not appreciating early stuns, man. Rezo just used his entire mana pool pretty much.
Yeah.
His early waves, trying to gain the early advantage. Not a bad idea versus Slark. It is going to cost him here in the short term, but again, his goal is just to get the Vanguard, right? If he's applying early HP pressure to this Slark where Chen can't help him, he gets to a super fast Vanguard. These Vanguard heroes are innately good versus Chen. He can't really interact with them that well. You might get to a point where you can just force this Slark off the lane, level 4 or 5. That's Secret's goal in this lane, and if they get to that, their game flow is going to be amazing.
Now, you were convinced that this hero is crazy good right now, the Treant Protector. And it did get a buff as well in this patch. I'm not sure if that was the reason you think it's so good, but the level 1 armor actually doubled from 3 to 6.
Yeah, he insta-skilled it.
Yeah.
Where's he been throwing it? I guess he's just throwing it on Crystallis because he's getting beat down by this Mars. I think this spell is insanely good on paper. Like 6 armor for a level 1 spell that you can keep as a value point. Insanely good. We're definitely going to see Puppy throwing around this game.
Do you think that is the plan, to keep it as a value point?
We'll see. I've seen Puppy do these, 2-0-2 builds even before the spell got buffed. I think it's a route you can go if he feels like he just wants to play a slower game. They don't need the extra damage. I think this hero's very versatile, and I do think he's underplayed a little. I think the Shard on this Treant hero is underrated a little bit as well, and might be something we see later. You get Invis, you get Scouting, you get an extra stun. It's a lot of damage. Secret needs as much lockdown as they can get this game, right? That's how you're going to deal with the Quap, you're going to deal with the Slark. Just don't put it all on Nisha's back, because this could be a problem Secret faces. How much lifting can this Void Spirit do? He's their best form of lockdown for Quap in the mid game.
Right.
Outside of Overgrowth. But Overgrowth doesn't last forever.
And how is that matchup going? Because it's something that the panel was talking about, whether or not you go Dissimulate in order to try and dodge some of the Shadow Strikes. We do see an early level Dissimulate, and BZM also win 2 levels of the Shadow Strike. So if done effectively, might be able to win that matchup. But it looks like the aggression does finally catch Puppy out. Amar gets the first blood.
The downside of this armor build is you don't have the early leash seed points, which is really where Treant can try and punish the lane and gain an advantage. So you're kind of playing for the other lanes, do some pulls. Puppy will pay the price. He's happy to refill mid, though. Nice little bottle trip. Get the Remnant pull. No blink on this Quap, actually.
Ooh, dangerous. He's just also a little bit low, but with the living armor, might just let him live. Ooh, Dissimulate to the side. Does manage to get it. Puppy secures the last hit and will push Taiga out of the lane as well. So, gave away the first blood, but his rotation after the fact may have been even more impactful.
That's a huge kill. Anytime you can skew this mid-match versus Quap, you're going to be super happy to do so, especially considering how much of a playmaker Nisha's going to have to be this game. They did some quick math. They saw, hey, that scream, that dagger, did a lot of damage. No blink. Run him down and punch him down.
Oh, accidentally ran into another one of those brambles. Nisha will be fine. He's got a water rune and everything, but it's just unfortunate how much damage he took there.
Get some living armor help, you know, secure that flag bearer.
Fighting it back out. Yuragi forced to jump away. As I feel like this Phoenix is going to be one of the big heroes of this patch. I think it was already like kind of good the last patch, and then it just got buffed even more this one. Especially with maybe some other key support heroes being underleveled. Dissimulate.
Nisha, he's got a Fairy Fire still.
With the Water Rune, might be able to fight this one out a little bit longer.
Still no blink on the quad.
Still got some bottle charges. He will back out though. Puppey maybe thought Nisha was going to keep it going, but they're both going to retreat now. Maybe Taiga, maybe they can go again after all those heals came through. Nisha is looking pretty healthy now with the bottles being thrown out. Ooh, missed the Ether Remnant. That surely would have been a kill on Taiga otherwise. Still gets it though. And even clips some damage onto BZM as well.
This Treant armor is doing mad work in these early river fights. Just Puppey's leveling it. Extra 8 armor and 4 regen for this Void Spirit. The amount of sustain it's done for him in this entire last minute or two is crazy.
Yeah, certainly.
And, I mean, Crystallis isn't really suffering. He's just getting solo XP. They can't really punish him top because the Willow rotated mid. I think Secret's pretty happy with these last few minutes here. Big question is, again, can Rezo force this Slark out of bottom before he just gets to sit here and get 6? At the current rate, it looks unlikely. So OG's going to be pretty happy with that. Anytime you can keep this Slark on lane, get him to a fast level 6, not get him stuck in that loop of, you know, I can't go here, guys, where do I go?
Yeah.
That's the best game flow for this hero. And he is kind of the linchpin of this OG lineup. At some point, this Slark is what they're fighting around.
Nice little dodge there from Zions. Diving away from the pounce that, if it landed, certainly would have been a kill. Looks like Nisha managed to grab the regen rune away from BZM. Another big win for the mid laner of Team Secret.
Yeah, he's doing amazing in this lane. Tree armor helping quite a bit. He's still doing very well for a matchup that's proven to be very troublesome in a lot of these games this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, his CS-wise early on was looking pretty formidable until they got into all those fights. Crystallis level 5. So we are, because of, as you were talking about, all the solo levels that he was getting, we are going to see an early level 6, which could be pretty impactful, especially with the Void Spirit.
Wouldn't be surprised to potentially try and use it bottom. Again, Rezo has his Vanguard double ROP.
Nisha fighting BZM now that he's got his level 6.
Yeah, another
challenging
remnant.
The Queen of Pain. Almost grabbed him with the Remnant, but BZM blinks away first.
I think OG has to be careful about this Donald here. I mean, BZM has to go to base, so maybe he's not too worried. Yuragi, definitely think about it a little bit. It would be an expensive rotation for Crystallis to commit this ult and head towards bottom, but he's going to skill it here. Yuragi. Watch out, son.
Yeah, gotta be careful. Actually doesn't have the mana quite yet on it, but he does have a soul ring, so he could do it at any point in time.
Ooh, courier kill too. Extra little net worth.
Yeah, lost his Sage's mask. They're gonna go for the arena kill. Pinned to the wall, gets the brambles immediately afterwards. Crystallis does look pretty tanky though, and OG is gonna have to give up on that bit of a push.
Level 2 armor helping out.
Yeah, I mean, this living armor has paid off so many dividends. It's won the mid lane. It's saved Crystallis now. And bottom lane just hasn't needed it, period.
Now Crystallis gets to go to base for free. Now he really wants to use this ult somewhere if he can get out. Like,
maybe mid lane?
Looking bottom, looking mid as well.
I mean, it's super hard. They would have to perfectly time. He would have to drop it, and then they would have to hit the Aether Remnant, I think, in order to get the chain stun.
Yeah, he's just going to have to walk back out the base.
Yeah, and the other option is going on a Slark who's level 6. Doesn't sound super... Nisha?
There it is.
Land the Aether Remnant to pull back in, but again, the chain stun just doesn't last long enough. They should be able to get the kill onto...
and the TP cancel.
Yeah, he will be able to get that.
Right, decent value. Probably the best he's going to get in this situation. I don't think he's going to get one of those 2 core kills like you're saying. Happy to pick up a support on a TP out. It's Taiga off the map for a decent amount of time here. And of course, frees up some space for this tree and top, who, if there's one support in the world who likes to clean up some waves, it's probably Puppey. And he might be pretty high level.
Yeah, and Train Protector is probably one of the best heroes to do so, right? You get more and more levels of Living Armor, or maybe you get more levels of Nature's Grasp, and you can farm waves. Either way, it's a hero that really takes advantage of that soul. Triple Bracer Soul Ring. Now that's a build.
That's a man's build right there.
Yeah, it's something.
I mean, that's signaling he wants to fight early and fight often, right?
Yeah.
You're not building bracers to necessarily hit the jungle too much. You want to use them to exert your extra HP pool, extra base damage, and slap some heroes.
Jumping onto Taiga. He just showed back up into lane, dodges the dissimilate hits, but they do have the Stampede. Nisha won't be able to find Taiga. He's hidden to the right. Uh-oh, now Arena, a spear catches Nisha, and he will pay the price. Trying to dive in. Oh, speaking of dives, Zayat goes for that kill as well, and will also be punished as OG showing up with a full crew to get 2 kills.
Putting the bracers to use there, the extra right clicks.
Yeah.
Nisha had full wand. That Treant armor almost saved him. He pops it, he might get out there.
Oh, they don't
trying to contest the rune. Bold rune contest, sir.
Yeah, and if they can get the angle for a spear here, yeah, Amar gets it. Slow him down with a Shadow Strike. Puppy really has nowhere to run to and can't hide in the trees.
Ogre Smash. Almost helping out.
He tried.
Right,
Hammer over the cliff.
Wants some revenge.
Another spear. But Amar pulled back by the Aether Remnant. Does actually Astral step forward to catch BZM as well in that extra bit of damage, so very efficient from Nisha to get the kill and push the Quap out.
This whole time, Rezo, he's just been free farming it up. Yuragi can't really pressure him at this point. He's got 70 CS on this Centaur. He's cruising to a pretty good position in this game. That said, Yuragi has been able to stay down here, and that means free solo XP for him, which is the dream for this hero. I think the levels are more important than the early farm, to be honest. He's already level 8.5. Puppy looking for...
He's out of mana.
The move, yeah.
Oh, no! The BTM is going to show up, bail him out. Now, Rezo is pretty damn tanky, and then you throw some living armor on him and forget about it. He's no longer taking right-click damage. 24 armor. The damage block there as well. Yuragi's still out of mana here. The Stampede to be able to chase him down. They need to be able to keep him in sight, and they cut through all the trees. A nice use of the Supernova. It will die, but it ensures the kill onto the Slark, and maybe BZM as well. Well, they don't have the movement speed, and they don't have the astral steps to catch up.
No overgrowth yet either. At least he got that egg kill and got out. That was insanely close to getting hoof stomped. Would have been an actual disaster for OG. Instead, they're going to try and trade towers, at least. Living Armor is making it pretty slow and difficult for him.
Oh, Terrorize! Chaining the stuns into another Bramble. Taiga, the last bit of damage is there. His Dark Willow's something to be feared, and with the new Dark Willow, oh, hold up, Chrysalis, they're going to make a play to defend this tower. They want to be able to keep it alive with the Living Armor, and it looks like they just made a play to do so. The creeps are going to be pushed back. The tower is saved.
It's a huge defense for Secret here. Again, they have the Treant armor to keep these towers alive. If Chen dies on these pushes, his creeps die.
Amar really does not want to let this go.
He does not, and I don't think Secret do either. Crystallis manning up.
Tower almost dead. More TPs
TP.
are coming in. That is a hasted Quap, though. They're going to be fighting around. The arena is going to be used to keep the heroes away. Chrysalis bumps himself into it, and they do manage to get the overgrowth to hold Amar in place. It seems like Amar's bold move to try and finish off the tower irked Team Secret, and they made a full rotation of the team to defend that safe lane.
Stabbed the Hornet's Nest, and they all appeared.
Yeah, they really
Puppy
did.
made the call. I'm not giving them any towers this game. This is the game plan. Slow the Chen down, defend our tier 1s, give OG absolutely no map. Beautiful defense from Secret. Might even pick up another support.
Yep. Taiga. He snuck into the enemy jungle to grab the bounty rune, but does pay the iron price for it.
Secret's going to be really happy if they can keep these towers up for another couple minutes here, because Dawn is one of the better carries at helping you take these tower defensive fights. She can be farming jungle, she can be pushing bottom, and all of a sudden, your Centaur who's sitting top or mid has that Donald behind them. Treant loves to fight around these tower defenses. You have to overextend into the big overgrowth, into the vines. This is Secret's game plan for the next 5 to 6 minutes here.
And
take the fights
conversely,
around the tier 1s, make OG fight into all this gunk.
Isn't Slark the kind of hero that really takes advantage of early towers going down?
Exactly.
The lanes are longer. He could just, push it in all the way into the tier 2.
He runs around, kills all your wards as well, like the panel's talking about. These tier 1s stay up. A lot of this game plan going to be harder to execute for OG. And again, they're trying to force top.
Nice pin from Amar. I see you, puppy. And they will be able to bring him down. Crystal's going to take a decent amount of damage, too. The Terrorize to keep him off and into the arena. So he's going to keep on bumping that wall, taking more and more damage. Another stun coming through with a spear as well. And it looks like this could be a two for Crystallis. Finally goes down. The Supernova will not explode in time. OG back up. Reset. Meanwhile, Yuragi. Oh no, Yuragi. He's got a dark pack and he's got its ultimate. But there is the Aether Remnant going on out.
OG up here.
Still trying to force this nice juke to the side from Resolution. Dodging this spear, but is still in some trouble. It's going to be stunned up, but the damage coming out from the Dark Willow, it's going to be enough to bring down the big old Centaur. Now Zayats needs to get out. He dives himself to the side here. He does have a spear coming up in a second. They're going to go for it. Zayats pops the wand, does what he can. The Sonic Wave will overwhelm him in the end.
Well, so much for that tower defense. OG bringing more numbers than they even could have dreamed of having there and punishing the secret TPs that did not work out the second time. They'll get the rebuttal kill off the double damage ending. Still, I can't help but feel like Secret got caught off a little there. Like these 1-by-1 TPs, Crystallis dying first means he can't come in with the reinforcement. Ideally, you want Centaur getting jumped, your teamfight ults come in, you Donald after the Mars commits with the arena. Instead, OG get the number fight, taking advantage of the scenario on the map, getting that tier 1 huge victory for them. It's going to open up a lot of this dire jungle for the Chen to invade, for this Slark to play around.
What do you think about this? Yuragi going back for the Midas, potentially?
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, there's one hero that uses attack speed in Dota, it's Slark, right? This is the best attack speed using hero in Dota outside of maybe Juggernaut, just because of the low BAT. I can make a little sense to me if OG's game plan is to just go to that 30-40 minute mark and try and hit that massive power spike. He's looking at Ags after that as well, which I think makes sense in this game. Again, for the go in, poke them, get out, and reset.
Yeah, it's particular. I think it's super effective against Phoenix as well, right? Like, you get on top of the Phoenix and get out when you have forced the Supernova.
I mean, he's having a pretty good game. Like, he's super farmed. He's pretty high level. I don't think OG's in a mega rush here to try and run into Secret's ball. So why not just get a little greedier on the map, farm it up? I can dig it.
Okay. Well, we'll see whether or not Secret, if he does go for the Hand of Midas, whether or not Secret is going to be able to punish that timing at all. Because it will leave him perhaps a little bit susceptible, and they do have some heroes to be able to kill him. They've at least got some decent AoE damage.
He's just being super annoying on the map, though, right? He's staying in the lanes. He's annoying this Centaur, providing vision. I like the way Yuragi's played this game so far. I mean, he hasn't been super high impact in terms of connecting to kills, but just being bottom for so long and annoying this Centaur, like, it's a kind of intangible impact, but it helps your team a lot.
Yeah.
You know, Rezo doesn't want to leave this guy down, you know? And then he feels like, all right, now Slark, and now he has a Midas, he's free farming. I don't want to just give him the free space.
Taiga has been quite the nuisance this game. He's died a couple times for being that nuisance, but in a situation like this, he's just distracting two heroes for free.
Making some space, putting the Midas, that's extra Midas value, right?
True, true.
The pressure.
Rezo charging forward here, jeez. The Slark is going to TP into this one, so they don't want to give up this mid tower, and they do have the Dawnbreaker ultimate beautifully set up on top of the Slark, but he managed to pounce himself away, and now the Sonic Wave through the arena, cuts down one, brings two low as well. Nisha and Crystallis take a heavy amount of damage and are going to have to back themselves out to their side of the river. OG continuing their pursuit, though. Potential spear, sidestepped by Nisha, aptly dodged by him, but can he still get out? A Dissimulate coming up in a second here, and another Astral Step in 3. There's the Dissimulate, jump over to the side, and Astral Step back to the tier 2. He's maybe away. The spear clips him. Amar finishes him off. Crystallis does what he can to stun them up, but the tier 2 apparently be damned. They're going to pop the glyph to do the AoE damage, but OG will not be stopped. They are running over Team Secret now. Zayats with the Shadow Amulet TP outplay. Very clever move by him, but it will not rectify the fact that OG just ran them over in a team fight and is well set up to take the mid tower now.
Just abusing the overextension on Secret on this mid lane. Using this ice armor as well from the Chen to the max. They just feel super confident to run here and here. No damage after that egg is expended. They know the Void Spirit is the key to Secret's early fights. If he's on the run, who's dealing damage back to this Chen lineup? This is how OG likes to abuse this Chen. Get in there in this 15 to 20 minute mark. Your heroes are too tanky for spells to bring down all of a sudden. And yeah, what a beautiful spear at the end of that.
Oh man, not only do they get the mid tower, but Roshan as well. I mean, what a massive victory for OG.
Aegis on Slark seems incredible right here.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just going to play like an absolute psycho. And that's going to be annoying for Secret, because again, what is the low CD committal they can use to bring down this Slark? It's not really going to be there in terms of the early damage. I mean, you have to land a Remnant into the Starbreaker, which that's a lot to have going right, especially if Crystallis doesn't want to be there on the front line at the start of the fight yet.
Yeah.
This map is going to get pretty dark pretty fast for Secret. Aegis Slark, he's going to be very confident to run aggressive and deward any obs Secret have. Might just want to save him for the fight.
So do you think Team Secret, are they comfortable with just taking a beat and like the idea of going late into this game, or is the Slark with Midas going to just put too much pressure on them? Do they have to make a move
I
now?
don't think you're comfortable here if you're Secret at all. I think the way this game is progressing, the amount of map control you're about to lose, I think Centaur is a hero. He does not scale that well directly himself. It's more about what he does for his other cores.
So they're going to have to fight into the
They
Aegis.
agree.
They are
Time
going to
to
be able to
fight.
get the Blink Stomp with the follow-up from the Dawnbreaker ultimate, and that
First
is
light.
just enough AoE.
And his ult.
He used his ultimate. He used a lot there. The Terrorize being threatened. They could drop it in a second. He'll use it now. Uragi thinking about going for the kill. Instead, he backs up, catches Puppy. He was stuck inside the arena. Rezo actually jumping in, hits the two-man stomp.
Still have an egg
He
here.
is super tanky, popped the Stampede, but the rest of the team really couldn't follow him in there, especially with the Brambles being in the way. Now OG thinking about jumping again, but the Void Spirit may have just found an opening, going forward, and with the Supernova on out, looking very nice. The Slark gonna be maybe stunned, but Dark packs away, and just outside of the explosion of the Supernova, BZM with his Arcane Rune continuing to toy with Team Secret.
You definitely wanted that low cooldown ult. You know he was thinking about it just for the chip. OG can re-engage here. This is
They're going to go
Slark,
back
full
into
HP.
Amar now, but here comes that wave. A big amount of damage, but they've lost Amar, and Uragi's probably not super happy to fight either. Dark Baptiste is going to protect him from that. Surrounded by 5. No escape for the carry of OG.
That re-engage just delayed so long that Puppy can come back. Nisha gets full.
Also, the way they
Aggressive play.
re-engaged on the side of OG, they wanted to fight, but Amar, it was like a pincer movement that did not pinch well.
Yeah, you need a couple more bracers to tank all that. And a beautiful quapple. Not enough. Egg on the low ground here. The Starbreaker clipping the Slark. Secret would have loved to have got that kill right off the bat, but they'll be happy to pick it up later. Especially for Crystallis. Like, he is going to be the big key going late game. The Centaur, he's not going to scale damage-wise, but he can do a lot in the fight in terms of getting this Dawnbreaker in deeper, faster, and landing the stun. Especially just being a distraction. As well as the tankiness from the Secret side. Like, this is where you want the Slark building stacks. Difficult to build the stacks when these heroes can just sit there and take it to a degree.
When they could just kind of like throw it right back at him, and he's forced to be the one to back down. Dawnbreaker coming in, helping Puppy as a bit of aggression from OG is stymied, but at the same time, that doesn't feel too bad. They got a Dawnbreaker ultimate down. He's actually going to go the Aghanim Scepter, huh? No way. Okay, BKB now queued up. I was about to say.
It's interesting.
Smoke up, Blink Stomp. Now he did manage to get off
Decent
the
fight
Shadow Realm, but the Aether Remnant pulls him back into his doom. Oh, and they actually do get the Overgrowth onto the Chen. They know he's up there. Nisha's going to jump for it. With the double damage, it's possible to get this kill as long as the Aether Remnant lands, and it does.
Buybacks from OG. They want to try and punish this.
They're coming in from the other side from Uragi, but Secret staying together. Nice tight-knit ball, leaving no openings for OG to be able to pick someone apart. And they will actually just get the mid lane tower off of creep wave push, so.
Nice aggressive move from Secret. Abusing this Void Spirit double damage. Also, the strength of this Treant armor still in effect. Man, looking at this Centaur with Treant armor, 30 armor. He is a beefy boy, man. This is crazy how if his EHP is going up through the roof.
Yeah, seriously.
And he's just got a plate mail. He's got the ROP going that Lotus Orb. He's going to be a decent amount of utility this game. And if you look at the damage from OG, outside of Slark hitting this Centaur in the fight, it's basically all big spell damage, which is where this hero can thrive.
Yeah.
Put that strength gain to use, you know, hit the gym, chat it up.
Yeah, it's been working out for sure. All right, Aghanim Scepter is soon on its way for Yuragi. We should also talk about the Aghanim Scepter that Amara is going to go at some point, as he's completed the BKB. He's going like the full-on carry Mars build. No blink. He's just going to BKB, Ags, Satanic, you know, that whole deal.
I don't know about this Mars Ag. We'll see it in effect. I know he likes it, and I've seen him put it to good use. I don't know if this is the game for it, where so much of the secret damage is just burst-based. Is he really going to be able to, you know, catch heroes, slow them down with this Ags? I have my doubts here. That said, I think they're going to hit a very good timing along with this Slark Ags. Maybe it helps them take the fight and commit with the Slark when he wants to go in. Still, Secret probably slightly favored in these direct 5-on-5s for now. BKB coming out for Crystallis. He's an absolute monster.
Really nice read there on that ward. That ward can be hard to de-ward at times, but the Aether Remnant giving the vision, the Sentry in the right place, they find it.
I also haven't mentioned it, but Chu has been silently farming this game, and he's got quite the arsenal of auras, man. Drum, Vlad's on his way to Wraith Pack, full mech up, max penitence on board. He is ready to skirmish, and this is one of those heroes that he's itemizing to help the Slark, right?
Yeah.
Drum him up, give him the Vlad's aura, make him super tanky. If Secret can ever find the Chen first, burst him, they're going to be super happy in that scenario because it just takes so much EHP off the board for OG. That's where the Slark nighttime vision is also very valuable.
Yeah.
Yuragi poking and prodding, putting the Axe to use. Do not let your supports get jumped. And if you can jump the
Tree
enemies,
Protector. He had the dust to be able to spot him too, but they are going to try and protect him as best as possible. They do have that AoE damage, so the Supernova goes off, but he's going to be able to pounce away. He got low, chasing after him, though the Void Spirit catches him. Nisha hunts him down. Yuragi did not respect that damage well enough, and now OG are going to be run down without their carry. Taiga, really great terrorize, protecting the rest of his team, but could not save himself. He will experience a dieback, actually. He bought back in that earlier fight.
Yeah, out for 60. I mean, you're strong on Slark, but not that strong. And
yeah, that was crazy.
Maybe just biting off more than you can chew in terms of you didn't expect Secret to all be there. You know, hey, I'm going to poke this tree and get out. He runs up the ramp. They're all sitting there.
Yeah, but the step to go onto the Phoenix after that,
yeah,
that's really where the decision-making was kind of questionable. But
and we're also seeing the chase potential of Nisha. If the Slark goes into them and Nisha doesn't aggressively have to use these jaunts, use these dashes,
yeah.
If he has 2 up, he can chase the Slark through an Axe Pounce and lock him down with the back of the Stampede. That's kind of setting the fight up for Secret almost. So Yuragi really has to pick and choose his battles carefully, decide who he wants to initiate on if he's the initiation, which outside of Amar just going in, again, he does not have a blink, he has BKB Ags. I mean, I guess he can waddle in and try and bulwark some people. But ideally, it's Yuragi who's going to pick and choose who they go on.
All right. Let's keep an eye on those damage numbers for Amar. Let's see how effective this Aghanim is going to be. See him right now. He's at 13K, so that'll give us a good idea. We'll check it out after a couple team fights.
Yeah,
see where he's
at. Testing it on that Centaur, make sure it's working. All right.
Yeah.
It's all up to standard, boys.
Patch didn't break it. It still works. I mean, it does continue to put Team Secret on quite the timer, right? Like this Mars is going to be a big late game threat. They still have this Slark who's a threat. With Chen, as you were talking about, Chuvash farming up so much. Rezo going to break the smoke and blinks away. Nicely timed.
He's just going to tank
He's still going for it, but misses the second pounce as well with the 2-man stomp. A follow-up from Crystallis as well, getting the chain stun in. Amar turning back in, gets to the arena, pins out the Centaur who falls.
4-man
and
overgrowth.
Crystallis, they do have the ultimate on top of that overgrowth, but he dies immediately on impact. Chen is going to fall as the Supernova cleans him up. Are they going to buy back to be able to take this fight? Nisha's going to be locked down by another pounce, but they do have the Glimmer Cape. Spear to the side, he goes in, Astral step forward, trying to go for Amar, but the Dissimulate will get him out. The Slark hunting for him. He actually went into the river here. He's going to go for that regen room. That is crazy. E-Blade, Dissimulate, went for the kill onto the Quap, but missed it. Astral stepped on through, pinned up against the wall. Amar hits him. They do have the heals coming out from the Phoenix, though, and Nisha's going to continue to go for it. He jumps forward, missed the Astral step, though. Goes for the magic damage onto Amar. Can he finally finish off the OG offlaner? And he does. Gets that dominating, but at the same time, a little bit more heals. How is he still able to get out? BZM's going to chase after him. The Glimmer Cape is going to be there. The Aether Remnant, he blinks right past it.
No
BZM, they
way,
don't see him.
dude.
The Glimmer Cape, he's able to jump down and TP out.
Absolute
Nisha gets
monster.
away. Unbelievable. It's still going to be a fight, though, as Rezo's now back in town. He died at the very start of this team fight and wants to be able to keep it going.
Nisha lived so long, he's back in mid.
He's ready to come back. All right.
Absolute Houdini. The Glimmers, the armor from Puppey, keeping his core alive, proving that 4-staff Glimmer is still a viable build after a meta of, you know, everybody play for themselves for so long.
4-staff Glimmer, living armor, magic wand, sunray heals. I mean, there were so many little things to be able to help out Nisha there. And credit to him, he puts it to full use and just finds the kill on Uragi. Uragi slipping up again on the Slark, cannot afford that as that creates an opening for Team Secret, and you know they're going to push that opening all the way. They are going to take this Roshan if OG will let them have it.
80 gold for this Slark buyback. He cannot join this fight. It's all up to if Amar wants to contest it, and I don't think it's contestable going into Overgrowth Egg on top of this Roshan pit. Seems like absolute destruction. Nisha just showing up in this game one. He smells blood in the water and refuses to let up, putting on an absolute clinic for this Void Spirit. We were talking about going late game for the secret line of how it might be spooky, but the rate Nisha's getting there, he is going to destroy them with his network. Beautiful engages and re-engages throughout the entire fight. And remember, he's getting silenced by this quad blink 4 or 5 times. At any one of these points, he can just die off the back of it.
So close to death there. I mean, the Dissimulate Shard usage has been really nice for Nisha here. And I appreciate the fact that I feel like Team Secret, they do have to push the envelope a little bit.
That Shard's now a talent. He doesn't even need it.
All right, so... Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Living. I mean, it was that plus this Quickening Charm. Little extra cooldowns. These things add up, man. And
all right, we check that one again. So we've got the Shard on the Centaur, which that one's just the one where he double edges and he keeps just getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah, some moves slow, which is nice. And it also, this is his primary scale mechanism, right? We're talking about, can Centaur actually output damage himself and be a threat? Well, this Shard on the back of immense strength is one of the ways he can do it. Just start getting those stacks up. Suddenly you're 5,000 HP. Downside is it might be a body for Slark. The upside is the way Secret's taking fights, Uragi just can't hit anybody and feel safe about it.
This is what we were kind of talking about, the slipperiness of the OG heroes, but there is a lot of AoE stuns that can still be laid down. We saw it there. Blink Stomp into the Dawnbreaker ultimate, into the Starbreaker, and, you know, that's a full Shadow Realm that is just doing nothing at that point for Taiga.
All right, Battle of the Aghanim Scepters, though. We have to talk about it. We do have this Ags for Nisha, but we have Ags on BZM. This is the first time I'm going to be seeing this Queen of Pain Ags.
He actually went for the Ags, huh? He had it queued at some point in time, and I was like, no way.
Now, this is a very interesting Ags. We're going to see how much work it does with these Shadow Strikes going off, the screams between the heroes. If you catch all of them in an arena and you just land it on everybody, it could absolutely be disgusting.
All right, does the scream, so the scream goes off when the dagger goes away, right? So does that apply if you Lotus Orb off the dagger?
Or when you reapply, right? So
yeah, or reapply. So
like this Shadow Strike is 4-second cooldown. If you get to reapply it, you're going to do a crap ton of damage in this fight.
Yeah.
That's where it comes down to Amar hitting big arenas is really what's going to set up this OG team fight. Because you get the Willow spells on board, you get the Quaff spells on board, it lets Slark actually commit in because the heroes are locked down.
I'm just curious if it
Amar
works with Lotus Orb, right? If the Lotus Orb removes off the Shadow Strike, does a Scream immediately go off?
I don't know. I'm just an analyst. I don't know.
We'll have to keep a close eye on it. A lot of questions about this new Aghanim Scepter. It's all be revealed in time.
Amar will go back for the blink. I think very necessary at this point. Maybe even wished he'd gotten it sooner in this game. I'm not sure this Ags ended up paying off for how the map got played. But now his full kit's online. OG needs a big arena, I think, at this point. These secret heroes are insanely tanky. Locket Glimmer on this Phoenix. Glimmer Force on Puppey with the armor. Full AC done for Crystallis. It's so much HP to chunk through here.
They did get the Spirit Vessel onto Taiga. Does he have any charges?
He has 2.
Okay, so he does
Use
have
them
2.
wisely.
Mar, they're going to try and jump in. They force out a BKB and immediately jump out with the Dissimilate. So they forced a little bit of resources out of OG.
Remember, it's daytime, too. This is not when Yuragi wants to take a fight.
True, yeah.
One of your best options here is to abuse the night vision and use that to get the jump for your Mars.
Rezo, if he wants to, he could just bulldoze down this tower. You know, he had a pretty good idea. Mar, you know, he likes to play greedy. He might still be out on the map. It was smart of him to try and check that tree area.
Another double damage for Nisha in the bottom river.
He's going to go for the jump. Yuragi does manage to pounce himself away before the Aether Remnant lands.
And this Void Spirit's so scary.
BKB now complete for the Centaur. I feel like we're hitting a certain kind of peak here for Team Secret. Yuragi going to be blocked by the Pounce. They do manage to get the tree inside of the arena. They're going to go for the kill off the bulwark, but Chrysalis landed and destroyed the Dark Willow. Now starts laying the damage onto Yuragi, who's got to be careful. 1-star breaker. It does a decent amount. Meanwhile, the supports at the back line, they still haven't finished off the chain protector, but they get them both with the Sonic Wave. Amar is stuck in no man's land, though, and he is going to fall here. Meanwhile, on the side, Void Spirit is still playing a do-si-do against 2 heroes, apparently. Yuragi and BZM. They managed to get him on the leash, but they have the Glimmer Cape. They have the Aether Ends as well. He's in that form to simulate on over to the side. They catch out Yuragi, and now BZM, his BKB is going to fade soon. He's got to blink on out of here. Nisha, again, forcing the attention of 2 very important OG heroes and fails to fall. He lives through it all.
On 100 HP. How does he keep getting away with it? That is the big question of this game and the one they're going to look back to. Oh, he has just made these fights insanely annoying. That was probably one of the better cases where OG actually catches the supports on the back end. Puppey has to waste some of his spells getting gone on. There's not even an egg in this fight. Crystal is getting kited around a little bit, and still Secret pull out ahead. The stacks on this Centaur pushing him up to almost 4,500 HP as well. Yeah, those Nisha tips, well deserved this game.
Oh, absolutely. He's carrying so much of Team Secret in some of these team fights, but the fights have been so tough, and they played it so well, particularly Nisha, but they still haven't really been able to take a full advantage. I mean, this net worth is damn near even, and it's 5K. That's pretty much nothing. They haven't taken a whole lot of towers lately. They will be able to pick off Taiga, who is probably having the roughest of all of them. Chrysalis is actually going to pop the BKB to ensure the kill.
I just don't know if the game is getting better for OG at this rate. It's just shoving more and more pressure onto BZM's shoulders, who he's having a great game, and he's probably their best scaling hero at this point. It's just the Slark is falling behind, and again, he is the engine of this OG lineup. He needs to be getting some kills, getting the Agi stacks up. If he can't hit people, is OG going to win the fight? It's going to take a miracle. Maybe a Scotty?
Yeah, it's a long ways away.
A very long ways.
4-man smoke up, almost running to Yuragi. It breaks. Yuragi already popping the Dark Pack, bounces away.
Nisha
looking
Arcane
for the
Rune.
pursuit. He's not respecting this, but he did have the Dark Pack to be able to get rid of the Aether Remnant. They do manage to get the pin. The Supernova Explosion is going to go out, but it may not be able to save Puppey as he can't get away from this bulwark. Stuck there, does fall, but Clark still gets caught. BKB going out, tries to block the way, but Nisha blocks him. Gets right in front of his face, brings down the Slark, pinned to the side though. A Sonic Wave, a combo for OG that is absolutely fantastic. They take down 2 cores. The third one's going to get out off of BKB TP. What a hit. The combo of Amar and BZM there. Beautiful stuff.
You can take down the Slark, but Quap's the real carry all along. Pounce block for what sends Nisha back to the base for what seems like the first time in forever.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody got a huge amount of gold off those kills. That's all I know. They were about 1,000 each. Amar just does an amazing job. He takes both supports here, kills the tree, forces the egg. Secret end up in a weird position where 3 cores, they get the Slark, they feel good.
And on the way back, this pin.
Yeah, the bulwark going to town, pushing them into it through the brambles. Absolutely nasty stuff from this Queen of Pain Mars combo. Rezo just has to BKB TP. The sole survivor.
All right, OG, it feels like it's been a minute, but they are finally on Team Secret's side of the map. They're going to be the ones taking some objectives. And that is all the scarier for Team Secret because we've talked about some of the late game potential of OG, but also the fact that they've been kind of winning and grinding out some of these fights, but never really took a big net worth lead.
Yeah.
I feel like if OG wins another fight, it's very rapidly just going to scale on down. They're going to be up like 10, 15K.
I mean, I think they have to address the real problem here, which at this point is Queen of Pain.
Okay.
Like, is Slark even doing that much in these fights? He's running in, making space, trying to abuse his ult, trying to abuse this depth shroud.
Yeah.
It's almost like support Slark at this point, you know? If he can depth shroud his Queen to give Queen a good fight, that seems like the best thing he can do. I mean, he's got an aesthetic cap. I don't think Yuragi has much intention of dealing the big deeps at this point.
No.
He's just distraction, pounce the Void Spirit if he can ever hit it, make some space, get the spells down, set the fight up for the Mars and the Queen to carry it. I mean, Mars got a satanic, man. Out of nowhere, it seems.
Is that as simple as like just shifting their focus? You think they need to try and get the initiation on the Quap, or is it an itemization?
I think you just ignore this Slark. Like, just don't get too baited by him, right? If
Sure.
he runs into you, okay, you start hitting him back, but don't use your blink daggers. Don't expend too much energy. At this point, he's just vision and distraction. He'll probably even just save for buy if he can get it. You need to think about the Queen of Pain in the fight. That you need to think about these supports. Again, Chen is sitting there, Chu, with so many auras.
Nisha jumping in through into the
good
triangle,
jump.
catches Taiga. Resolution secures it. And maybe they're going to go for Chu as well. Can he get the Ether in there, or can they just do the damage? Neither.
Blocking it with the creeps.
Yeah, really nicely played.
No opening.
They're going to pull back the Chen creeps and at least kill those.
So that's the exact type of jump Secret want. Find the supports, try and take them out of the fight. The burst damage that comes out from OG is significant, but it's not damage that, in a sense, is going to prevent Secret from taking on their supports. As long as Secret can make it a numbers advantage, take the ores off the battlefield, then when the Queen engages, they have a decent chance of bringing her down.
Third Roshan of the game. It's an Aghanim Scepter Blessing.
It's a big one. Who wants it? Puppy?
Puppy?
All right, you're an you're an absolute monster. Let me tell you, son, if I took that Ags in this game, someone would be having a discussion with me. But I guess, you know, Puppy, you can't really. What are you going to say to Puppy, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also, like, the vision aspect being so huge against Slark. Oh, they found the opening on Anisha. Now, he goes down to about half health, pops his BKB. They reset here on the high ground. Looks like Taiga threw out his Terrorize, but they're going to go for the kill onto Yuragi. Now, he's, in turn, forced to use his BKB and retreat.
Yeah, remember, this Dark Willow died on the back end of that, so OG does not want the 4v5.
Yeah, Taiga's, whoops, I don't even know where he was.
Yeah, no one even saw him, so I guess the eyes and the force saw him, you know, the value.
True.
Is this actually the best Ags?
I think it might be because of Slark. Like, just think about the fact that how debilitated the Slark is if there's vision all around in these like fights.
I know, but first off, you have the cart for the memes.
Yeah, all right? I mean, the meme power is important.
The meme power is very strong with the cart. The Phoenix Ags is pretty strong at this point. If he thinks he can save somebody, it's a full hero reset.
Sure.
And the cart for the memes,
And
Cap.
the memes. Listen, okay, but if they were losing, maybe they would go the cart and try and crash the game. But
oh, so he thinks he's
they're
ahead.
winning
That's
the
why
game
Puppy
right now.
took it.
Yeah.
You know, Rezo asked him, hey, you want me to crash this one? we got this. I mean, this Ags is nice on tree. You get 3 charges now. Like, the vision is significant. You might randomly catch someone in an overgrowth on the back side of some fight.
Yeah.
It's not like this Ags is terrible. I'm just... That's a classic
It's
Puppy
very,
move.
very rare to
Yeah.
see like the first Aghanim Scepter be given over to like a 5 ever.
Yes, especially Tree and Protector, you know?
Yeah.
Guess that's why you wield the machete, you know? No one's going to argue back.
Instill fear.
Right.
Make sure that they know who's the boss. Really good use of the ninja gear here. Yuragi farming with Dark Pact and ninja gear.
OG trying to move out of the base, establish some vision. They really just want to get vision for Amar to get the jump, get the big arena. He's been doing an amazing job of finding these supports, taking them out of the fight. Which again, are there big team fight spells for Secret that they want to anchor the fight around?
They almost have some level 25s coming in. Did Quap get level 25 yet?
She did. Took the blink cooldown, which
Okay.
is, you know, I've been thinking about this talent. 200 sonic wave damage is a lot, but this blink gets down to absurd amount of time, like 4 seconds with the shard damage.
Yeah, the shard damage definitely adds a lot to it.
Aggressive Donalds.
Really nice save there from Uragi. They do manage to get a Brambles. That's a pretty nice one there. The Lotus Orb actually exposed the Brambles. They're going to be forced to use their BKBs now. Nisha jumping forward, but not sure who to go on. Amar is too tanky for them to challenge, really. They're going to use the Stampede to reset.
Yeah, Secret, I think they didn't know what was happening anymore there. Just get the hell out.
They still have the Aegis for another minute and a half. Also, Crystallis very close to his level 25, and that one's got to be crazy impactful. The two charges, especially against the Slark.
Oh yeah, you might just destroy him in his ult, regardless of the heal. It also gives you so much extra burst damage for this Queen of Pain, who, again, is going to be the one who carries this fight long term.
Nisha is just not shy about going and initiating on Amar.
They want to use this Aegis.
Oh, managed to get the blink away. Not sure how we got that one off. The second Starbreaker is going to be used here, but this is an awkward initiation. In fact, Crystallis is just getting 100-0. That is going to be the Aegis, but the Arena of Terrorize combination is destroying the rest of Secret as well. Double Sonic Wave going out. Nisha's going to be able to survive. Can Crystallis get out? No way in hell. He heals himself pretty nicely. Does go for the kill onto Taiga and gets it too. He's battling all by himself though, and eventually he will be picked apart. Hyenas of OG and Egg being used too. Oh, Secret fumbling. They had a decent advantage. They had an Aegis, but a forced initiation and just questionable ability usage in that fight.
I mean, these arenas are just too good. Like, you're getting a 3 or 4 man arena every time. This is the best spell for OG.
11,000 damage from Amar.
Absolute monster. Proving me absolutely wrong with this Ags purchase. It has paid off huge dividends in this game.
And also, they just can't go.
He's too tanky.
He's too tanky.
Yeah.
He's got 4K HP. Uragi is hard to bring down. It feels like Team Secret, they can no longer afford to just kind of like, whatever, let's just force a fight anywhere. They kind of need to be getting on the back line somewhere.
They're having trouble sticking to these heroes for sure. BZM showed up big time with that refresher purchase, buying out for it. Timeless Relic on top, double Sonic Wave, double Shard Blink, double Scream. I mean, doing an insane amount of work and disruption, all during a BKB duration that just goes uninterrupted. This is one of the weaknesses of Trina in these late game scenarios. Trying to land these overgrowths is just tough when there's so much dispel.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at this. This first life of Crystal is totally ruined. The arena goes out. They hit the Terrorize on top. The Sonic Wave, kind of awkward that first one, but the second one really paid off.
And there's no overgrowth egg here. Like, that's the biggest thing. If these spells don't go off, and Secret don't get a huge amount of value out of them, I don't see them winning these late game fights.
I mean, that's the whole point of having this Train Protector and this Phoenix, right? It's like having an AoE like team fight combination that can beat out Mars plus Terrorize, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't think much is beating out this Mars, man. He is beating you.
He's taking a lot of damage just from Amar there. Dawnbreaker ultimate going out. Uragi resetting out from that one. You know he's going to reinitiate too. BZM is not going to let this go either. He jumps forward. They throw out the arena. Not really catching much there. They're going to deal with the raid pack. Resolution jumping in. Hits the stun. They have the Supernova stun. Follow up off of that one. The AoE damage. Uragi needs to be able to get out. It looks like he's safe for now because the rest of Secret needs to be able to retreat on the side. Nisha forced to pop his BKB. Going for the kill onto Taiga. They have that Ether and he goes. Astral Step. Not quite on the mark. Now he needs to be able to simulate away from Amar, who is damn scary. Yeah.
He's just running in bulwarking everybody. No one wants to do anything to him.
How can you? He's got a Satanic. If you fight him,
he
will easily beat you out. A Daedalus Satanic with the Paladin Sword. He's taking reduced damage and healing an absolute crap ton.
They've got the Chen Ores to back all of it up on top of it.
True.
All right, the neutral creep 3-man stunned him there.
I mean, the Ores just never end.
I mean, that might have been the most effective spell of that whole fight.
He's going to go with Scotty next.
I mean, why not? Go Divine, go Scotty, whatever you want. No one's even remotely close to touching him. The slipperiness from OG coming alive here in the late game along with the tankiness. BZM just TPing into everybody.
BZM just TPing into pretty much where all of Secret is, and they're going to go try and get the... Okay. BZM actually got a little bit low there. The Crystallis needs to get out. They don't have a BKB for him. Turns around, uses that last Starbreaker, heals a decent amount. He tries to go pop the ultimate. That's not going to be allowed either. The Lotus Orb isn't going to save him either. He gets beaten down. The soldiers of Amar marching forward. Bulwark after bulwark. Now it's going to be Puppy next. Puppy run, Puppy run. He is dead, and they've caught Zayats as well inside of the arena. The two supports down, 3 heroes dead, one of them with buyback and straight to the throat. OG threatening the tier 4s.
Tipping his old friend Amar, feeling himself this game. Putting on a clinic with this Ags bulwark. God, BZM just bots into a random skeleton there in the jungle too.
Secret, their last hold. They're going to pop the Supernova. Can they keep the egg alive? They're going to try and focus it down. They do manage to do so in time. Everybody from OG focusing on that Phoenix, and now it's nobody's left. There's no more team fight. Centaur's gone. He's going to buy back Nisha. He can maybe do some damage here or there to some supports, but I don't know how they deal with the one and only Amar. 1,600 damage to finish off Nisha. Send him back to their fountain. Send him running, Amar, because OG take game 1.
In stylish fashion as well with their signature Mars. Wow, what a game from OG, just pushing that Chen lineup into the late game where they're suddenly too tanky for Nisha to deal with. Nisha was popping off that game if we remember back to that mid game.